Hey all, hope everyone is having a nice day. I welcome you all to this interesting webinar where we are going to discuss on how Agentforce can be implemented to your ecom business. To give you a quick intro, I'm Kishore. I'm a Salesforce architect here at ZEP. I've been managing and architecting multiple projects and guiding the entire team to implement solutions through Agentforce. I have Jay with me here to co-present this webinar. He's the entire CRM practice head and all the projects that comes under the CRM bucket that is going to be overseen by him.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So we appreciate your time and we are excited to drive this webinar with you. So I'm Jay, the Salesforce practice head at ZEP. I'm overseeing all the Salesforce projects and managing our entire offshore Salesforce team. So to give you an overview of ZEP, we are an AI-driven business transformation company that works on all kinds of platforms like AWS, Databricks, Salesforce, ServiceNow, UiPath, etc. We always prefer the business-first approach where we get to know about the business, understand the core problems, and provide solution based upon it. We are headquartered in Delaware with our presence in Dallas, Toronto, and Chennai. We serve clients across the globe in various industries as well. So coming to the Salesforce aspect, so we are a Salesforce Summit consulting partners and also an ISV and MSP partners. So we have a product Decibel, which is a Salesforce native AI telephony system, which is available in the App Exchange as well. So that's all about us, Zeb and Salesforce. Now we'll get to the agenda of this webinar.
So myself and Jay, we're going to speak a lot about what Agentforce is and why we should choose Agentforce, along with the benefits and how you can implement into your existing e-commerce business. So it would pretty much give you an idea of how you can accommodate all these Agentforce features into your business. We also have some use cases, case studies, as well as functional demos coming up at the end of the webinar. So that's pretty much the agenda. I will carry over it to Jay on why we should be using Agentforce.
So first, let's discuss the evolution of service approaches. So first is the traditional. Traditionally, a user request enters a queue, and he waits for hours for a service agent. Then a human receives the request, engages in understanding the issue, and provides you with a solution. So this can be time consuming and relies heavily on the human intervention. The next, we have the ancient chatbot. Here, the chatbot is available for 24 by 7. It provides immediate acknowledgement to the user request. This is an intent based model where once it finds an intent, it goes through a rigid set of instructions. So it disregards the user's emotions as well. So when it can't follow you, it routes you to an agent. So this introduces automation, but it's not flexible, and you can get caught in an endless loop of same dialogue. I can't understand. Please choose one of the below menus. So that is frustrating, right? So when it comes to Agent Force is the perfect blend of both. So unlike chatbot, the agent converses with the customer to understand their issue. So the game changer in Agent Force is that it can perform a series of actions according to the request while staying within its boundaries, exactly like a human do, but faster. And also it works round the clock. So now we have the questions like how it can make these actions, what if something goes wrong, what if the data gets leaked. So will you have the same questions to a human agent? So to understand this, Kishore will explain about what an agent is.
So before getting to know what an agent is, agent has five major parts that makes it function, which are role, trusted data, actions, guardrails, and channels. Similar to the employees we hire in our organization, the agents too have something called a role, which is pretty much similar to the job title. The role defines what an agent's function is, what it can do, what it is intended to, and what the purpose itself for the company. And to satisfy its role, it needs to have access to all the trusted data the company is saving for. Let's say the role of an agent is to track order, place reorders, or show infos of orders to the customers. It needs to have access to the data of order management system, the product inventory, and the transport management system. So all these three different kind of data flows into the agent force in order to make it role satisfied. And moving up to actions works like weapons that can be executed. based on the Atlas Reasoning Engine's AI capability. The Atlas Reasoning Engine is what works as a brain of this agent force. It analyzes the role of what its intention is, checks for the data, and then plan, evaluate, and refine on what action needs to be taken. So Salesforce offers some of the standard actions that can pretty much solve all the basic things that are needed. But if you wanted to have a specific personalized experience of solving all the cases, tickets, and increasing your sales, you can always build a custom action. Building a custom action is not that kind of a difficult part. You can use all the Salesforce flows, Apex actions, and then the prompt building template to create all the actions. It is quite easy and a low effort kind of thing to configure all the agents. And then guardrails. Similar to how role can enforce what an agent needs to do, guardrails can set boundary around it and limit what an agent shouldn't do. And it can also follow all the company's compliances, security policies, and avoid any data theft or any other data compliances that the organization follows. Let's say if to an order agent, if someone comes in and asks what are the other customer details, the guardrails will repeat to the customer that it cannot be accessed as it doesn't comes under its scope, which means guardrails works as a protective barrier, a shield that covers all the aspect of the run organization. And then moving on to channels, right? Channels is where the agent actually meets the customer and or the business people. That is the place where the agent is going to be deployed. As of now, it can be deployed into any web application, SMS, mobile, and it also comes with WhatsApp, Slack deployment as well. And this is where the agent is actually going to get into action and resolve all the queries. Now, moving into benefits of Agentforce, before having to know the benefits of Agentforce, we need to understand why or what sets Agentforce apart from other AI solutions. So, if you check on any other AI implementation or solution, it would always require a dedicated AI team to work on that. They use Python, machine learning, and they choose whatever the model that is going to be suitable for a particular requirement. But when it comes to implementing Agentforce, your dedicated Salesforce team themselves can pretty much cover it all and build a functioning agent. And it contributes majorly in all these five categories, but it cannot be limited in a deck, and Agentforce can pretty much cover all your support needs. So the core things are efficiency and productivity, which allows your team to focus on big picture and major tasks instead of following around the simple tasks. And it is always available. You don't have to enter a queue, wait, and then speak with a manual or physical agent. Instead, the agent is available for you anytime, and it can answer you anywhere. And also this results in customer satisfaction, which will also result in customer retention, which is a customer feel safe, a customer feel that there is always someone to respond while ordering a product from this trusted e-com platform, so they will always be the customers for this particular organization. And the continuous improvement is what makes Agentforce a self-learning agent, as it has access to all the necessary data, and the data is going to increase day by day based on the customer base is also going to grow. It can self-improvise based on all those data, and ultimately it all going to result in cost saving. A company can completely eliminate all the L1 and L2 support. Let's say in the e-commerce industry, right? The major thing that is going to happen after a seller sells the product is the customer support. They might call, they might text, they might use the chatbot and ask for all the product oriented queries. And we will be having L1, L2, and L3 category of supports, and most of the L1 and L2 supports are going to focus on the small number of tickets. But once Agentforce is implemented, all these things will be carried out, and that can be saved. All those other expenses can be saved by implementing Agentforce. So now, Jay will give a quick introduction on how your existing e-commerce platform can implement Agentforce.
Yeah. So integrating Agentforce into an e-commerce environment is a step-by-step process. So we have this following step noted down for you. Like, firstly, we start by getting the data ready. So any AI, we need the data fully ready for it first before it can take an action based upon it. So this involves unifying the customer data across various clouds. such as the inventory data from Commerce Cloud, purchase data from Sales Cloud, case history from Service Cloud, marketing efforts from Marketing Cloud, and any other third party system, any other third party data from any of your systems. We will get this islands of data spread across multiple data sources, and we will feed it into the data cloud. So the data cloud helps us to get a holistic view of the customer data, which is crucial for the agent force to function effectively. So next, as Kishore mentioned, we define the role of the agent and set the guardrails. So here, what we do is we determine what agent force will handle, setting the clear boundaries and objectives for what the agent can achieve and what not to do, especially. So the third step is to prepare the custom actions tailored to your business requirements, like how to query records, how to get the data from the third party, how to make an order, how to reschedule an appointment, like that. So once every action is in place, we deploy the agent into action. So this involves integrating it in with various communication channels like web chat, SMS, WhatsApp. So at this moment, Salesforce support these three, and soon in upcoming releases, we will receive the voice channels as well. So finally, we ensure that the system is continuously improved and can scale as your business grows. Using CRM analytics, it is easier to understand where it performs well and where it needs help. We need to make sure we check it periodically to evaluate and optimize the performance of it to better serve your customers. So by following these layers, we can easily integrate Agentforce into your e-commerce platform, starting to address your customers promptly. Yeah.
Not only for e-com, like Jay said, this is pretty much the layer of integrating Agentforce to any of your business. Whether it may be a e-com, whether it is retail, whether it is healthcare. For everything, we will have the data ready, and then we will set the rules, guardrails. We will define the custom actions, prepare the custom actions, deploy them into action, evaluate, optimize, and scale. So now, to get more into the how agent force works on kind of scenarios, right? For an e-commerce site, there might be multiple applications, which is the commerce site, a service cloud, sales cloud, marketing cloud, the TMS, warehouse management system, supply chain management system. There are lots and hefty of applications that is going to be involved if you are going to implement an e-commerce business. So all this data needs to be connected with Agentforce in order to make both the successful business and customer happy and successful. So to handle this, this is where the data cloud steps in. Data cloud gathers data from all the around applications and then passes it as a fuel to Agentforce. Agentforce Atlas reasoning engine can retrieve and make use of all these data. It can plan and refine which action needs to be done, and it can promptly provide both support to the business people as well as the customers. By implementing this, the business people gets a whole automated support process. They will be more time efficient and cost will also be reduced. And the customers, they will have quick responses. They don't have to wait in any queue, and they also feel that the agent is more understandable because it already knows whatever the data the customer has. So the better understanding is also one of the key part, and it can also assist the people in finding right product at the right time as well. So this we're going to start with the use cases moving forward, and this is one of the most favorite and different kind of use cases that we have implemented in Salesforce. At least it is my favorite. If Jay has a different opinion, and this is contextual product recommendation, where this company wanted to implement an virtual AI assistant that can suggest product not based on product specific, not based on the product name. Instead, they wanted the customer to enter their need and wanted to suggest a product. Let's say I wanted to repel all the insects from my home. I will just post it into the virtual AI assistant, and it will recommend what are the products that I need to use in order to achieve it. If I go for a PC building, right, we have 9 to 10 components that forms a complete computer. If I want, I don't need to Google or surf around the internet to look up what product I should be using in order to accommodate my budget and which would give me the better performance. Instead, I will ask it to the agent, and the agent shoots me up with what cabinet I should use, what graphics card I should choose, what CPU I should choose, and along with the reasons of why it should be chosen, and along with the prices and other specifications that actually uh, you know uh, convince me in order to purchasing the product. So here, that to look into the technical breakdown of how it is being implemented, the user requests the agent. The agent uses the Atlas reasoning engine. It utilizes the data from Data Cloud. So here, Data Cloud is connected with both commerce data and sales data. So it has access to product inventory, product specs, product reviews, product trends, as well as the customer's overall information. This data comes from a topic called zero copy data that Salesforce has recently launched in their Agentforce market, which means in the zero copy data, it ensures that no data is being copied, which means there's no data duplication or redundant data, which is it uses a system called pointer that refers to your external systems and then bring data into your platform or whatever use case you have. So by this, it ensures that the data is always live, updated, and you are always using the most active data into your system. So right now, AWS and then the GCP and Azure, they all have support for the zero copy data. And then this Atlas reasoning engine evaluating all the data chooses which custom action needs to be done, and then it chooses a personalized product selection, and then it responds to you, which also serves the right product to the right customer at the right time and makes the customer more satisfied. And also, which means the happy customer, happy business, right? So as the customer is happy, the business is going to grow by implementing this.
So resolving repetitive queries is another use case. So this is my favorite use case. It may seem basic, but I'm a simple man. Like unlike Kishore, this is what I believe. Like every common e-commerce business should follow first to implement Agentforce. At first glance, as I said, this may seem straightforward, but almost 50% of the e-commerce support are involved in repetitive queries, like getting the order statuses, showing the return and refund policies for the individual products, the product informations, discount queries, shipping and delivery status from the third party, and the product availability, like when it will be packed, things like that. As an e-commerce platform grows, the volume of these types of queries increases, needing a larger support team, and they struggle to allocate their time on more complex and important priority issues. So, with Agentforce implemented, we can eliminate the L1 and L2 support totally. This significantly will reduce the cost of operation. Yes, you heard it right. So, just like any support person or process, the user goes to the site and chats with the Agentforce bot. So, it reasons out, it checks the data, confirms it with the customer, it logs a case, and a human can review it periodically to view its performance, just like that. So it need not to be involved in every chat. Like the human can review it periodically, like a weekly basis or monthly basis, and initially maybe daily basis as well. So this agent force can also handle some level of L3 support task as well, based upon what we saw. So only when a customer makes a complex request that is not covered in the SLA, or it is outside the scope or the guardrails, it escalates the issue to a human support representative. Otherwise, agent force can also completely take over your support.
That's pretty much all the repetitive queries that we get for an e-commerce customer and e-commerce business. So everything that is going to be in the knowledge base or completely going to get automated, and your team can completely focus on all the major cases and big cases that needs more priority. So now we have some demo videos that can explain you how the agent force can handle order summarizations, canceling of orders, and reordering of products. So just to ensure that you have a better experience of it, let me quickly reshare this presentation and ensure that I have shared it with an audio. So here we are with the first demo.
Let's explore how GoCart enhances customer experience with its virtual agent, Jake. Martha, a customer who recently moved to a new town for work, has ordered multiple products from GoCart, an e commerce platform. She wants a comprehensive view of all her orders and their statuses. GoCart has many customers who place multiple orders, and they decided to make it easier once and for all using their virtual agent, Jake. Jake is equipped with real time order information and can answer all customer queries directed at him. Martha simply visits GoCart's website, shares her order number with Jake, and asks for a summary. To ensure security, Jake verifies her identity using her email ID. Jake instantly provides details, including the current location of the package and the expected delivery date. If she needs an overview of all her orders, Jake can list them down. She can also check the current location of specific items or their availability in stock.
So you would have seen the demo and would have gotten an idea of how Agentforce can fetch and show the list of orders. And one of the main aspect here is Jake is actually smart. He actually asked her email ID before showing all these products. So up next, I have a demo of how an order cancellation can be done with the help of an AI assistant.
Canceling an order shouldn't be a hassle. GoCart's AI powered virtual agent, Jake, makes it seamless for you. Marnus recently ordered a new mobile phone, but before it arrived, his dad surprised him with the same gift for his birthday. Instead of going through a tedious cancellation process, Marnus turns to Jake, his AI buddy at GoCart, for help. Marnus provides his email and requests Jake to cancel the order. Jake asks for a reason and confirmation before proceeding. Once confirmed, Jake cancels the order instantly. Since Jake has access to order details and inventory, he updates the cancellation reason for transparency and ensures his colleagues can track it. He also adjusts the inventory count in real time to reflect the canceled product.
So the main difference between how Martha and Marnus approached Jake is uh, so Martha didn't have any prior experience with speaking with Jake. So she just entered her name and asked for her order. So Jake asked her email ID before proceeding. But here Marnus has already spoke with Jake a lot. So he knew that Jake wouldn't give anything without the email ID as a verification. So he provided the email ID as well as the order number in a single go, and then um, had what he want. And on the other hand, Jake had access to the order as well as the product inventory. So he updated the reason on why the order was cancelled, and then he also updated the inventory count. So Jake can handle multiple tasks, unlike a physical agent who can only focus on one thing at a time. And moving on to next is one of an interesting demo.
Shopping for favorites should be easy, and GoCart's AI powered virtual agent, Jake, ensures it is. Jessie loves exploring cosmetics and frequently reviews different moisturizers. Recently, she was disappointed with her latest purchases and wanted to go back to the products that gave her glowing skin. She reaches out to Jake and asks for a list of her previous orders. Seeing the long list, Jessie asks Jake to filter only cosmetic products. In seconds, Jake narrows it down. Among them, she spots two moisturizers she loved and asks Jake to check their availability. Jake quickly checks the inventory and informs Jessie about the available options. Pleased to find her favorite moisturizer in stock, she asks Jake to reorder it. He asks for the quantity, and once Jessie confirms the number of products needed, Jake then asks if it should be shipped to the same address. Since Jessie has moved to a new city, she provides her updated address, and Jake seamlessly places the reorder to the new location. As Jake has the ability to understand customer needs and create orders, he placed an order using Jessie's new address by correctly identifying and filling in the appropriate fields. Meet Jake, the all-in-one virtual agent, simplifying customer support, enhancing shopping experiences, and making smarter decisions for GoCart customers.
For Jake to achieve this reordering process, he wanted to have access to a variety of platforms because he wanted to check the previous orders from the order history. He also wanted to make a quick look upon the inventory in order to check whether the product is in stock or not. And he also wanted to have an instruction or an authority to make a reorder. And he also wanted to have access for the sales cloud to look into Jesse's previous order address. So he gathered all this information and made it possible. And GoCart is using this to automate complete support process from their end. So, following this demo videos, I have also a functioning demo that can show you what if Jesse wanted to order the Neutrogena moisturizer to a same location instead of a new location.
So giving those actions, setting up those action to Jake, unlike humans, he does everything faster, 10 times faster than a regular human would do. And his concurrency of doing things is beyond your imagination as well. Like, this is the future of support. All the repetitive standard things are going to get replaced by these kinds of agents in all sets of channels moving forward.
So now in the screen, you will have visibility of the existing orders that has been placed. So now, instead of going into a site, I came into the agent building console so that I can give you a clear view of how it is configured and how it is working as well. So I'm going to act as Jesse and ask Jake what he can bring into my table. So I'm going to ask Jake to list down all the products so that I can pick one of them from and reorder. He greets me, but he wanted my email ID to confirm that it is definitely me. So for this, he uses the Atlas reasoning engine, checks upon the instructions, and then performs the action. So now I'm going to provide the email ID. So Jake fetched all the orders that I have made so far. So I'm going to order this Neutrogena to my same address. I don't even need to mention the order number or the a product's whole name. I can just mention it as Neutrogena, and he will understand that. He wants me to enter the quantity, so I'm going to go with one as a quantity. As he already have access to my order history, he fetched my old address, and I'm just going him to ask to proceed with the same address. So Jake successfully placed an order, and now if I go into this, check on all orders. Yep, it's here. So the Neutrogena with a quantity of one, as well as the address I confirmed, is here. So Jake is completely independent, autonomous, and he can respond to any of the customer queries and create an order without any another human intervention between agent and the customer. So most curious part about this is all possible because of the Atlas reasoning engine as well as the instructions that we have provided to Jake. If any of you have any questions on how this is functioning and wanted to clarify your doubts on your perspective of Agentforce, uh, please feel free to ask it in the comments, and myself and Jay are ready to answer that.
So one person asked like, how does Agentforce ensure data security and privacy?
That's one of a more common question that we get around whenever we get on a call to implement Agentforce. And so if you wanted to implement an AI solution or incorporate AI into any of your existing implementations, right? You would need to have the data stored in a RAG or any other DB that can use LLM. But when it comes to Agentforce, all this data is going to be under your roof. You don't need to have this data move to any other platform. It can all be in your own data cloud, in your own sales cloud, and the LLM or the Atlas reasoning engine can utilize that. So, which means the Salesforce already has its instant trust layer, which already protects everything that is under its Salesforce control. So this LLM is also under that roof, and the data is also under that roof. So you don't need to worry about any security concerns. So that's my answer to it.
What are the key metrics to measure the success of Agentforce implementation?
I would say the key metrics to measure is to have a comparison. Maybe you need to compare how a physical agent and the agent force can work, because agent force can solve multiple queries at a time, and it is going to be a single agent handling everyone. But if you have a physical working team on your L1 and L2 support, that's going to be multiple people, and they would definitely have a hard time on understanding the customer response and respond to them in the way that the customer can be satisfied. So the first thing would be to have a comparison, which pretty much can be achieved through data cloud as well as CRM analytics. So we can have a comparison of what kind of cases can be closed by Agentforce and which cases have been routed to the agent and which is more efficient. So by comparing those metrics and making decisions on whatever the additional topics or whatever the additional actions that needs to be incorporated into Agentforce, it will what make it more successful. That's my view of how to have a successful Agentforce implementation as well.
So with respect to this, is like with Agentforce implementation or any other implementation, it's like there's only two aspects to the business. So how efficiently can we do it? How much ROI are we getting from it? Like how much of the cost reduction we are achieving from it? So with respect to the first thing, efficiency, you can compare it with the number of tickets closed per day per month versus the number of tickets closed after the agent force is being deployed. With respect to the first point, with respect to the second point, like how much of the cost that we have spent on a service support level teams with respect to how much of the cost that we are spending for the agent force. So that's the key metrics, like that's going to go higher. So you have achieved that agent force implementation successfully, like yeah.
I think we have to give the point to Jay for answering this.
Can agent force handle multiple languages and regional dialects? Yes. So Agentforce is designated to be versatile and adaptable. It can be configured currently like to English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Japanese. Like it has all those capabilities now. So since it has the advanced NLP capabilities, it can detect regional dialects as well.
And one more cool feature that Agentforce has is you can also have all these languages can be used at the same time. So the agent can understand both Korean, Chinese at the same time.
What is zero copy data and how does Agentforce utilize it? So zero copy data means like the data is accessed without creating any copies in the Salesforce data platform. Like Salesforce partnered with AWS, Databricks, Microsoft to access and analyze informations in real time for accurate responses. It doesn't create copies as you need not put all the data from that platform to this platform. You have a periodic syncs that has an issue. It's not something like that. The data cloud stores only the pointers to that record. So the record can be viewed and accessed from data cloud, but it still resides in the original platform itself. So there is no data redundancy. There is real time or near time data, that data values that we have achieved now. Yeah. So how does Agentforce integrate with existing CRM systems? So yeah, Agentforce is pretty much will live on top of your existing CRM systems, and the Data Cloud has the power to connect all your existing CRM systems, ERP systems, data warehouses, and whatnot with help of default Salesforce connectors as well as the ingestion APIs as well.
I mean, it's just like any other implementation that we do, like similar to building an LWC component on top of your business process, or configuring an Apex trigger or a custom batch. So likewise, Agentforce is also going to be just another implementation from a development perspective, at least. So you don't have to think a lot about whether it can be implemented or not. It can always be implemented, but it's just a matter of what Jay explained in the layers of integrating Agentforce into your e-commerce system. You just have to find that pieces and connect everything in order to have it work.
I hope that's all the questions we have, Kishore. Like, yeah, I guess that was a wonderful demo and wonderful webinar from Kishore with respect to having seeing Jake was very live and very awesome. So, and thank you all for joining. We hope you found this webinar on Agentforce insightful and valuable. We are here to support you every step of your way on your Agentforce implementation journey. If you have any questions or would like to see uh, how Agentforce can be tailored to your specific needs, if you need to have a custom demo for you, please feel free to contact us at the mentioned email, website, or the number.
I'm down to build any kind of agent force demo. I mean, it's really fun. It's really very enjoyable while building the agent, choosing topics, building the custom actions. Once you start getting a hang of building an agent or deciding what the role of agent is, you will pretty much enjoy every part or every bit of creating it actually. So I'm ready to customize and have a demo for you.
Reach out to us, guys. Thank you all for joining.